When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the USC Trojans. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Badgers will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So USC's offense will go on the attack first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Wide open downfield. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quick strike complete. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Trojans racing to the line in the hurry-up. These guys have taken some serious lumps in Big Ten play, and I want to see if they've become demoralized.
Yeah, I think you're going to find out a lot about their mental toughness here in this game because at the start of the season, they were hoping to compete in Big Ten play. They've had some bounces not go their way. They've had some guys get injured. And now is the time in this game right here that you can turn it around by getting a win.
And it's hard. Obviously, such a difficult conference. The Big Ten, you got to bring your A game so many times or else you do get beat. You've had some setbacks. Now, how are we going to finish? We've talked about this season. We've talked about what we want to do, and we might not be living up to expectations, but we can control finishing strong.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Right back to the well.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing third and long. The throw. And they can't make the play on third down. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. On the run, it's Hayes. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Fakes to grab. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Here's the handoff. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Badgers trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. Use the play fake. Now to throw. It's complete on the right side. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Badgers! And the extra point makes it 7-3. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. Rides to back and leaves it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Trojans will hustle to the line.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Oh, it's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. He finds a soft spot in the middle. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Wisconsin quarterbacks always know their role. Sometimes they got to make the big plays, from a Darrell Bevel to a Russell Wilson.
And knowing your role means knowing that you're going to hand the football off a lot, and you're going to be a play-action team and pick and choose your spots, but it won't be an offense with Wisconsin that it's opening up. It's throwing the football 30, 40 times a game.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He's got an open man. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll run play action. Gets it out fast. Into the house. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Man, that field shrinks. You've got to have the big boys down here that you can just throw it up to, let them make plays, make it look like run. All the big boys on the field, slip that tight end out, find him, he'll do the rest.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
No love lost between teams anytime they square off inside the Big Ten. Here's one that's just gone final. Penn State delivered the knockout blow, and I think the defense might have been the story here. LeVar Arrington, Shane Conlon, Jack Ham. There's another stud there at linebacker U. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This Big Ten battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
It's a really nice job out there making the catch. I feel like fans are always expecting one of these Trojan receivers to be in the conversation for being best in the country, right? Because of the success they've had in the past and certainly in more recent years. There's a lot of pressure to play that position now at the Coliseum and at USC. But this guy right here, he has been making his mark on this offense.
He'll pull it on the read. He has the 1st and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Trojans are marching down the field.
Pace, 27, John.
To the air on 1st down. It's on target and complete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Got his man on the right. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. The Trojans started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. He'll do it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
DB's right up on the receivers. We're through 1, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Touchdown, Southern Holy cow! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback, finding the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Sends it downfield. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He'll try to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
No, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Under fire. All kinds of time before he fires right. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And it's caught! Touchdown, Trojans!
Nice job by the quarterback finding the big fella in the end zone. He's going to find a hole. He's going to find an opening. That guy's, you got to trust him, and I'm going to throw it up and let him make a play like he did right there.
So the kickoff team will come out after they turned in a score on that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Wants to throw on first down. Takes the easy completion. And he was just showing off all of the slick moves before the defense finally got him on the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Badgers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Got his man. There he goes. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And the defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the right. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Badgers come to the line with a new set of downs. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. It's complete to the left. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Wants to go up top. Big guy smells it. Touchdown, Badgers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target. They'll make the big play, get the touchdown.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
And the Trojans are in the hurry up. They'll leave it with him. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Man, I really love the way this guy looks when he's toting the rock. You think about all the high school kids out there who dream about one day donning a USC jersey and being the starting running back for the Trojans. There's so much competition, not just in the state of California, but nationally, to come to this school and be the guy, to be RB1. He's on the field for a reason. This guy is unique. He's got speed and vision. What a weapon.
Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. The screen, he's got wheels. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Offense working from the pistol. They'll try the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way. At least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have any.
Finds his man down the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Got him downfield. At the 35, he's open. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Trying to surge it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Getting set for the point after.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start.
Breaks into the open. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
Here we go, here we go.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. Forced out of the pocket. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Back to pass. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at second and 11.
Here we go, here we go.
Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. He's got the tight end. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Coming to the line, looking for that first down on third and short from the 29. From the gun, wants to pass. Fears the pressure. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on third down. Fourth down coming up. And they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be.
Looking downfield on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Able to make the catch, but not in the field of play. It's an incomplete pass. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. They'll immediately call timeout. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Leaves it with the running back. At the 35, he's loose. Turning it on. At the 30. 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Badgers. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
This offense looks like they're in a rhythm. Whatever they've been dialing up here in the first half, they've had a lot of success with. You saw it on that last drive here at the end of the second quarter. Scoring a touchdown, they're going to be difficult to stop in the second half, and the defense needs to start making adjustments.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Los Angeles.
We're just about ready to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, the inside give. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Wisconsin. And the route is on. Man, for the love of Tolzien and Stocco, what a day this guy's having.
And I think everybody gets the label as a Wisconsin quarterback as game manager. I think he's tired of hearing that. He said, listen, give me the rock, I'll spin it around, make some big plays, and he's putting on a show today.
No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Wants to go up top on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. It's complete to the right.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Man, the option is so hard to stop, and so many bodies near the line of scrimmage on 4th and short. They run it, but just a good job by the quarterback finding space. He didn't need to pitch it. Takes it himself and gets just enough for the first down.
Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They'll go to the counter play. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given him some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Makes the grab. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down. And the Badgers decide to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Bunch formation for these receivers.
Let's go, let's go.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Unleashes one. Complete to the left. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
That's going to drive the defensive coordinator crazy because these guys take pride on their sub-defense packages. When you get into 3rd and long situations, that's when D coordinators love to get creative and throw all these exotic blitzes and pressure the quarterback. Nobody got...
There he goes. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on 1st down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a 2nd down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
Back open in the middle. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. So they'll send out the field goal unit. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Absolutely perfect.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
On the run from inside his own 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. He'll get it across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 32 as this offense is trying to do some work. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give to the single back. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Use the play fake, now to throw. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Got his man quickly, and they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st. The Badgers send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Off the play fake on 1st down. The sure hands, it's Woodard. And the Trojans want to move quickly. They're going to run it. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the 1st down.
The Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. Now the play fake. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Makes the catch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Sometimes you see play action for teams that don't really even run the football. I love how they run the football, set it up, next play, take the big shot down the field. The receiver makes the play, makes the catch, and runs it into the end zone.
And the extra point is good. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Looking for space, it's Hayes. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
Well, we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. As we come to the end of the period, Wisconsin has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. On the run, still looking. That's caught. It's Hayes. They make the stop just across the 30 at the 31. It's 4th down.
And that's why, as a defense, you want to set up 3rd and long situations. You just want to be able to keep the football in front of you. It's okay for that quarterback to hit the running back on that pass. Now you have all those bodies flying to the football, and they're able to make a tackle.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And, guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Power football with the run. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Dumps it to the back. Makes the grab on the left. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. To the air on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Finding open areas. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. And the Trojans want to crank the tempo.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Looking to throw for it. Pocket breaking down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. This kicker's leg is getting a workout. He's already made 3 field goals, and here he comes again. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Dead center perfect. The lead is now back down to 9. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Louisiana Tech is on top, but it's not like Terry Bradshaw is playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 7 over Washington State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Running back searching for a hole. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you've got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. Defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Hauls it in. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the 4th quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Breaks into the open. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. And the Badgers will snap it on 1st and 10. On the move, it's Brock. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Got it in the middle. It's end goal. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive. And I love this. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to eat that clock, let it tick down. A field goal here, I'm up by 2 possessions. I'm still in a very good place. I don't have to get over-aggressive, Jesse, if I don't want to.
No, and you can put this game out of reach, too. If you can score a touchdown, this thing's basically over. And you know, at this area of the field, it's really hard to throw the football.
Touchdown, Badgers! Fit it in the window for the score. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And that's a really nice drive by this offense. They didn't get too conservative. They put the drive together. And now, the biggest thing for me, now the other team has to score 2 touchdowns. And that's the goal you want. You always want to make it as hard as possible. This offense executing in the fourth quarter. Nice job.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
To the air on second down. The short hands, it's Woodard. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it downfield. Catch inside the 30 and still running. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. Pulls it and fires to the left. He'll step out of bounds at about the 11. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He'll keep it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Trojans come to the line in the hurry-up. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Picks his way ahead. He'll get 5 out to the 17-yard line.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds.
Turning it on. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice gain.
Right back to the well. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Second down coming up. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. Lining up to convert third down. Looks like the offense will just take a knee. The Badgers line up to punt it away. Kick is in the air. And the returner is stopped. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points.
It's picked off. The Heisman contender turns it over.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like